Well, you've provided us with an amazing playlist, and I'm so very grateful. And one piece that was on the top of the list when we were corresponding about this Zoom chat was the Mendelssohn C minor piano trio, in particular the first movement. But I thought, let's just hear the whole performance, and I think it's a very special piece for you.
It is, yeah. I mean, the Mendelssohn Piano Trio, I was saying it was actually probably the piece that made me quit piano, but it's a piece that I love so dearly. I had won this competition when I was in California. Again, I grew up in Los Angeles. So the Music Teachers Association of California, the West LA branch had this competition where you would play chamber music with members of the LA Phil.
Wow.
And so their thing that year was pianists, and each of them would play a movement of the Mendelssohn C minor piano trio with a violinist and cellist from the LA Phil. And so it was amazing, and it was one of the most amazing experiences for me. So I was one of the four winners, and I got the first movement. And I mean, when you play with players who are professional level players when you're a child, I mean, somehow it just elevates you to this new level. And I remember giving the performance of this piece and just watching towards the end, like you'll hear in the first movement, there's this coda that just really goes for it. And I remember the violinists and cellists, they have like, quarter notes, and I had like 16th notes. I'm playing 4 times as fast as them, and they just decided to go. And I remember in the performance watching my hands move and thinking, like, how am I doing this? I don't know how this is happening. Like, this is crazy. And I mean, it's so funny because, again, years later, this is what happens when you become a professional musician in the city where you were a child. I now know these people really well, and especially the cellist Barry Gold is still in the LA Phil and is a colleague of my husband who used to be in the LA Phil. And so, I talked to him with some regularity, and I was like, Barry, that was really scary. Like, I just had this crazy experience, playing with you. But it was amazing. And I think after that, I realized I wanted to be a composer, and I stopped studying piano as formally, and I kind of shifted over from wanting to be a pianist to wanting to be a composer. So that was really one of my last big performances as a pianist, and it was really memorable and really wonderful. And I still look back at the Mendelssohn Trio for so much inspiration, and especially, I wrote Saans, as you have heard, that is for piano trio, but I also wrote another major piano trio, half an hour long piano trio that's inspired in part by this Mendelssohn piano trio.
Wow. Well, we might not be able to beat the exhilaration and the adrenaline of your particular performance, but I think we've come pretty close. So this performance of the complete Mendelssohn C minor piano concerto, piano trio rather, is Yuja Wang, Leonidas Kavakos, and Gautier Capuçon. And I just want to let everybody know that both Reena and I have YouTube channels, and we hope that you'll click and subscribe on both and share links with your friends and family on your various social media platform. It has been awesome having you with us on this particular playlist. I know orchestras around the country and around the world have their eye on you and are programming your works, including my own New West Symphony will be doing some works of yours as well. It is just an absolute treat to know you and to know more about your story and your inspiration. And I know you're just going to make huge splashes everywhere your music's done.
Thanks so much. This is really wonderful. It's great to be here.